Blind is a movie that has received a lot of praise in several horror festivals across the globe. It is directed by Marcel Walz and it stars Sarah French and horror legend Caroline Williams. French plays a Hollywood actress that goes blind after a failed laser eye surgery and is trying to readjust living all by herself on a big house in the Hollywood Hills. But to make things worse, a masked man called Pretty Boy starts stalking her and creeping around the house, without she noticing, of course. Thematically, it reminded me a lot of Mike Flanagan's Hush, an impaired woman pretty much trapped inside her house with a stranger that becomes a deadly threat. But fortunately, Blind has its own thing going on and doesn't take the same old slasher road. The eerie and mysterious tone is really well balanced across the movie. In addition, there's an interesting color scheme that divides the story. You got red, orange and yellow tones during the first half, and then black, blue and purple dominate on the second, when things become scarier. If you think about it, it is more like a stalker movie than a slasher movie. It just doesn't stick to the formula, and by doing so, the end result is so much interesting. About 90% of the movie is shot in just one location, a smart production move that also helps the audience fully emerge into this particular space that is the actress's house. You get to know every room and every corner. The place becomes a character on its own. It is definitely a slow-paced thriller, but sometimes it confuses this slowness with suspense, especially in the first act. The actual conflict takes a little bit too long to set in motion. Blind develops some interesting concepts about the difference between seeing and looking, or peeping and spying, and the thought that you can't let your flaws define you. On top of that, it leaves us with a cliffhanger that plays with the idea of a possible anthology or saga. So I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Thank you guys as always for watching. Blind is already available on some streaming platforms, so if you happen to see it, please feel free to return to this video and just leave your comments below. I will continue doing both English and Spanish reviews on my channel, so if you would like to subscribe, that would actually be awesome. And hopefully, I'll see you next time.